When did you realize you were the only normal person in your family? I was sitting in the backseat of my mom's car in the morning, already regretting my life choices. She spent the entire drive to my aunt's house lecturing us about acting classy and put together, because apparently my dad's side of the family thinks we're a disaster. I wanted to argue, but honestly, she wasn't wrong. We pulled up to the house, walked inside, and for about 10 minutes everything seemed normal. My aunt brought out this massive sheet cake for my grandma's birthday. It was one of those fancy grocery store cakes with the thick frosting and the little sugar flowers on top. Everyone gathered around to sing happy birthday, and I thought maybe, just maybe, we'd survive this without incident. Then my dad happened. He disappeared into the garage for like 30 seconds and came back holding a football. Nobody was playing football. Nobody mentioned football. There wasn't even a TV on with a game playing. But my dad looked at that football like it held the secrets of the universe, wound up his arm, and yelled, "Watch this," at the top of his lungs. He threw it directly into the cake. Not near the cake, not around the cake, dead center, full speed, like he was trying to win the Super Bowl. Frosting exploded everywhere. The table, the floor, my uncle's shirt, even the ceiling somehow. My mom started screaming at him, and my dad immediately pointed at my 8-year-old brother and said, "He threw it." My brother can barely throw a tennis ball 5 feet without falling over. But instead of defending himself, he nodded and said, "Yeah, I did it on purpose because Grandma doesn't even like cake. Grandma absolutely loves cake. She has cake for breakfast sometimes." But my grandma walked over, looked at the destroyed frosting explosion, and started laughing so hard she had to sit down. She said this was the best birthday ever because store-bought cake tastes like cardboard anyway. That's when my aunt lost it. She's the one who bought the cake. She started yelling at my grandma about how she's never appreciated anything and how she spent $40 on that cake. My grandma fired back with, "Well, maybe if you bought a better cake, I'd appreciate it more." They went back and forth for a solid 2 minutes while my dad tried to scoop frosting off the floor and rebuild the cake like some kind of deranged architect. Then my cousin pulled out his phone and started live streaming the entire meltdown to his 300 followers. Half the family started yelling at him to delete it. The other half started posing for the camera trying to go viral. My uncle dabbed. My mom gave up on life, sat down in the corner, and started eating frosting off the floor with a spoon. I stood there for a second, looked around at the absolute circus unfolding in front of me, and realized I was the only sane person in the room. So I grabbed my keys, walked out the front door, and spent the rest of the day at a bookstore in complete silence. They're still mad I abandoned the family, but honestly, I think I made the executive decision of the century.